Welcome back to our SportsCenter special as the NFL schedule has been released for 2026. Let's focus in on the NFC North. We've gone all around. If you missed some of the other parts, watch it on the ESPN app, okay? The Bears have the hardest schedule in the NFL as winning the division last season means they get a first-place schedule this year. In addition to playing in the highly competitive NFC North, Chicago will face both of the Super Bowl participants from last season in the Seahawks and Patriots, as well as the Bills and Eagles. Goodness. Speaking of the Eagles, Chicago hosting Philadelphia in Week 3 on Monday Night Football. It's a rematch from their meeting on Black Friday last season when the Bears went into Philly. Remember this? They upset the Eagles.
They ran for 400 yards.
Goodness.
They push too.
Yeah, that's right. The Lions and Patriots meet for the first time since 2022. This one taking place in Munich, Germany in Week 10. Both teams ranked top 5 in the NFL in scoring offense last season, averaging over 28 points per game. The Vikings host the Packers in Week 1 as we continue some of our notable games, some of the hardest schedules. This could be Kyler Murray's Vikings debut, right? Minnesota signed Murray to a one-year deal after dealing with a litany of injuries. The quarterback position last season, J.J. McCarthy, struggled in his time on the field, also struggled to be healthy. And Adam, there's some other news there, big storylines for that Week 1 matchup. Take us through all of them. Let's start with Micah Parsons and his return from the ACL injury.
Well, Laura, it's 5 months to the day that Micah Parsons tore his ACL against the Denver Broncos late in that game, and the Packers are not optimistic that he'll be back and ready for the season opening game against potentially Kyler Murray and the Minnesota Vikings. They are bracing for Parsons to miss the early part of the season, which means he would be a candidate to be placed on PUP. We'll see whether he can come back sooner. That would be the hope in Green Bay. Still in question as to whether he can do it. As for J.J. McCarthy, Kyler Murray, the Vikings quarterback competition, they insist it's an open quarterback competition. However, a lot of people around the league believe that Kyler Murray ultimately will prevail. However, J.J. McCarthy's been hurt the first couple of years. If he can stay healthy and figure out a way to stay on the field, then he'll be able to compete for that job. But a lot of people believe Murray ultimately will wind up as the starter when the season begins.
Yeah, Dan, how do you see this playing out with Murray and McCarthy? Does J.J. have more of a chance than people are giving him credit for?
I absolutely think he's got more of a chance. I think a lot of people have said Kyler Murray put it in pen. I'm not there. I lean Kyler, yes. I think Kyler's going to have to change the way that he plays football. The beauty in Kevin O'Connell's offense is when he's the star. The play call is the star. That's the Shanahan-McVay model. The quarterback is in many ways the point guard, not the playmaker. And I think that Kyler's always been and wanted to be the playmaker. I also would say this, no matter who's the starting quarterback, they have the fourth best starting quarterback in the division in Minnesota. That's not a knock on them. And Jared Goff has taken 2 different teams to NFC title games. He's one of the 10 best quarterbacks in football. Jordan Love is one of the 12 best quarterbacks in football. And Caleb Williams, I think a lot of people expect to take a decent step forward. So I'm a huge fan of Minnesota as a roster. No matter who the quarterback is, you're still upstream in a division that has just got 3 studs at the position.
The untold story of the Vikings is that we're sitting here in mid-May and we don't know who their GM is going to be. And that person is going to play the role in who actually is the quarterback moving forward after this offseason. Remember, Kyler signed a 1-year deal, guys. A 1-year deal. This is a mercenary. This is, let me rehab my career. Let me change my narrative. Kyler's going to do everything humanly possible to get on that field and give the rest of the league an opportunity to see what he still has. I hope J.J. McCarthy's ready for that fight because Kyler's going to be coming in hot, ready to go to prove his career is still able to be a starter.
As we keep digesting this Vikings schedule, look at weeks 8 through 11, 4-game stretch against the Lions, Bills, Packers, and 49ers. There's some tough ones in there. Let's talk about the rest of the division. Kyle, who do you have as a favorite in the NFC North?
It's a great division. I do think it's the Bears, but I think it's really close. Do we have the Bears schedule? I know we have all the schedule.
Pop it up.
There it is.
Everybody want the apologist version of the Bears schedule? Because I heard it was going to be so difficult, all right?
The hardest one, Kyle.
I don't think that's true, though. 3 of the first 4 games are at home. They get the Packers Week 5. We just heard Adam Schefter say Micah Parsons is likely not going to be out there like he wasn't for both Bears wins over the Packers at the end of last year. Middle of the schedule is tough. End of the schedule, it all lines up perfectly. More home games. The division is right there. You get the Packers at home. I was prepared to batten down the hatches. Every Bears fan I know is getting ready for this doomsday schedule that's going to have them at 6-11. I think it came off fine. I think Caleb's best football is ahead of him. I think Ben Johnson's best football is ahead of him. Everyone thinks I'm some kind of homer because I grew up in Chicago. I think 11-6 is you ain't seen nothing yet.
I like that. I mean, I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions for a lot of reasons. I think last year there was a little bit of a regression, but they lost both of their coordinators. And even going into the season, I felt like we would see what we saw from the Lions, because that's really tough to replace. Two head coaches that are kind of the lifeblood and really preach the gospel of Dan Campbell. But this year they have a really, really favorable schedule. When you look at the out-of-division opponents, Saints, Jets, Panthers, Cardinals, Dolphins, Patriots, Bucks, Falcons, Titans, Giants. There's at least 7 wins in there before they even get to division play. So, for that reason, I see them as the lead in this division going into next
the
year.
favorites.
I think they're the favorites.
Well, look at those two pivotal games in the season. That could decide the NFC North, right? Both those on the road against the Bears and Packers.
You made a noise. I just don't know what.
I can guarantee you 8 wins at a minimum. Just eyes closed for Detroit. I'm with Hall.
Okay.
This is if Detroit.
8 wins isn't enough to make the playoffs.
I'm telling you, blink. I'm guaranteeing you 8.
More
starting with
If you, what's that? 9 games. If you pitch 500, you're looking at 13, 14, between 12 and 13 wins for the Detroit Lions this year.
Hey, let's look at the Packers schedule really quick here. I want your takes on this. We talked about Micah Parsons could be back for week 5 against the Bears at Lambeau. Yes, okay, 0 in on the ending.
Look at week 14 on. Every game but 1 at home. So that means,
but look at those are tough teams.
I agree, but that is favorable for Green Bay in 2 ways. You're at home in Green Bay, weather, and Micah will be healthy. Fingers crossed.
I've always said the schedule hack is everyone's eyes want to go to the left side. Never mind the left side. Look at the bottom right, down the stretch in December when everyone's playing good. That's where you look, everybody at home. Look at that.
I'm fascinated by their defense this year. Jeff Hafley was really important to their success.
Yeah, true.
Jonathan Gannon comes as the former head coach of the Cardinals. He's a new defenseman. They run a completely different defense. Hafley, he was, 4 men. Let's go rush the quarterback. Gannon comes in. It's more of that Vic Fangio drift back, play 7 defensive backs. Let's see. I am fascinated to see what they can do on defense and when Micah gets back on the field.
I love that week 17 on Monday Night Football against the Texans in Green Bay. I don't know that it's been the cold weather, but we haven't seen C.J. Stroud do as well in that cold weather towards the latter part of the season.
No, we have not. I agree.
The defense has played well for the Texans, though. We'll see what Jordan Love can do against that defense.
That's a good schedule.
All right, now that we have the schedule, you guys, the tickets also on sale. Purchase trusted and verified tickets through Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated tickets. Visit NFL.com/tickets to buy today. I hope all you fans are out there at home. You're buying your tickets. You're getting excited for the season. This is a celebration of the NFL, what we all have to look forward to. And coming up, the champ is here. The Seahawks looking to repeat, but in the stacked NFC West won't be easy. Who might have a leg up because of their schedule? We've got that next. Right here on our SportsCenter special, coming in an NFL Network, the NFC West, a gauntlet last season, right? Featuring 3 teams that had 12 or more wins in the Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers. 49ers were doing it with an injured team. Somehow they still did it. That's the first time that's happened in any division since the 1970 merger. They were also the only 3 teams in the NFC that had 12 or more wins. The defending champion Seahawks kick off the season when they host the Patriots in a Super Bowl rematch as we look toward what 2026 will be. 3rd time ever that there's been a Super Bowl rematch in Week 1. First time it's happened since Panthers.
I was surprised here. I thought the league would go Bears. They went Patriots Week 1.
Did, yeah. Jeremiah Love, this is going to be fun. Set to make his NFL debut Week 1 against the Chargers. We're going to see how much difference he can make on that team. He went 3rd overall to the Cardinals in this year's draft, fresh off a Notre Dame record 21 touchdowns scored. Is their O-line good enough for him to really make a difference? Again, we'll find out. Sticking with Week 1, Thursday night, 49ers and Rams making their season debut down under in Melbourne, Australia. In the first regular season game in Australia in NFL history, we got a lot of Aussie fans. I'm excited for them to experience this. And it was as close a matchup as you could get last season. We got to see it 3 times. Who's ready for 2 more? Rams and Seahawks meet twice, but as Peters pointed out, not until Christmas and then in Week 18. So let's talk a little bit more about what we'll see from the Rams. 7 primetime games. You talked to Sean McVay earlier. You gave him the nickname Primetime. Latest into season, Rams and Seahawks face off for the first time since they started playing each other twice in 2002. Peter, what do you think of the Rams' schedule and what could be Matthew Stafford's final run at another Super Bowl?
Could very well be. Look, they're going to travel nearly 5,000 miles by plane, which is the 2nd most in the league, to the 49ers, and they have 7 different primetime games. So this is a season that is going to be a test for them. It's also really interesting to see how they survive those first 3. 49ers in Australia, that's the giant wild card. Like, yes, it's considered a home game in quotes, but like, what is that? It's in Australia. Then it's the Giants on Monday Night Football when you're coming back from Australia. You don't know how your body's going to adjust. And then at the Broncos, and then at the Eagles, and then the Bills. Like, that's not an easy slate. I would also add this. We talked about what the 49ers are doing. Kyle Shanahan said it at the league meetings in March. We're going to go 9 days early, get acclimated, get our bodies. Last year when the Rams played the Jaguars, they literally flew in on Saturday afternoon, had a cup of coffee, kicked the Jaguars' butts on Sunday, and flew out.
Awesome.
That was their strategy. We're in, we're out, we're not lingering, and we're not doing tourism. I don't anticipate the Rams doing a tour of Brisbane Bay and seeing Perth and going and doing Ayers Rock when they're out there. I think this will be a business decision for them. In and out, but even if they go in and out, it's a 10-hour flight. It's a whole thing. So the Australia piece to start the season, as much as it's fun for the league, it is a challenge for both of those teams.
Not many layups on that schedule, man. That is a schedule that is going to challenge them. I fully expect them to get in. If they get in, they will be battle tested.
Yeah.
There's not many easy games in that schedule.
I mean, it's fascinating. They're a team that I think a lot of us are like, man, this is a Super Bowl favorite.
They are by Vegas. The Super Bowl
When you look at the schedule, you're like, oh, the first 5 weeks are
tough.
Brutal.
Yeah. Okay, it makes you wonder, too, like, does this mean they're like, oh, we really do need to go get another offensive weapon? Okay, the Seahawks have to face this gauntlet of the division again. Yeah, man, okay, I got it. With a new OC after Clint Kubiak got the Raiders job, Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, he's now in KC. A lot of changes on the Seattle team, but Hawk, how hard will a repeat be for them?
Super hard, tough schedule. Everyone is going to give them their best shot. The defending champs, we know how hard it is for a team to repeat as a Super Bowl champ. When you talk about losing Kenneth Walker, they bring in Jadarian Price from Notre Dame. First round, he's a guy that I think in very short order will be able to man a lot of the ship that you're missing from Kenneth Walker because he can do it all. He's fast, he's quick, he's powerful.
He didn't catch a lot of passes.
He didn't. He did not. But he's very reminiscent of like young Marshawn Lynch. I'm not saying he's that.
Wow.
But they do have similar run styles, and I'm telling you that he's a name to watch out for. Brian Fleury, Clint Kubiak, again, incredible coach. Brian Fleury comes from the same system. He was one of those 2014 Browns coaches, which might be the best coaching staff ever assembled.
Okay, now.
There's a short duck with Kyle. I'm ready to partner on that. I know you're in it.
Fleury, Halfley, who else we got here?
Shanahan, McDaniel, LaFleur.
That's a squad.
New OC for Pittsburgh.
The last dance with the Browns of 2014.
I'm telling you, it's like all head coaches and OCs. Anyway, I do believe that they have a similar system. So Sam Darnold will continue his track that we've seen from the Vikings to Seattle. I think it's now not about the offensive coordinator with Sam. I think Sam understands it. It's important always for a quarterback, but I think we're selling Sam Darnold short of the quarterback that he's become and how he's elevated a lot of the Seattle Seahawks.
What I'm interested in, because we're all saying Rams are the Super Bowl favorites, like Seahawks went and they absolutely dominated the playoffs and they won the Super Bowl. How many of us on ESPN and NFL Network and all these others, how many of us are picking the Seahawks to repeat?
I think there's regression in Seattle.
I haven't seen a lot of people pick it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Quarterback's there, the coach is there.
Everyone basically comes back except Boye Mafe and Kenneth Walker. Like, those are the key players.
Let me ask you this.
On business there?
Last time we saw a Super Bowl champion have the offensive coordinator leave, who was it?
The Eagles.
Okay, how'd that go?
Not well.
Correct. And I understand Brian Fleury, he's been a coach for a long time. He comes a little bit from the Shanahan coaching world. I don't know if he'd come from the Shanahan tree. My knowledge, never called plays before, just like Kevin Patullo in Philadelphia. He was a defensive coach for a great majority of his life.
Interesting.
And he's been in San Francisco for about the last 6 seasons, working in quality control, tight ends, run game. This is a significant question mark for me because calling plays, Clint Kubiak left to become the head coach of the organization, the number 1 pick for a quarterback. It means he's really, really good at his job. It's a giant question mark for me, and I don't think this is a seamless transition.
This is schedule release day. Laura, could I break the format a little bit?
Please.
I want to talk to the people of Arizona. We're talking about the NFC West. You beautiful people with your turquoise jewelry and your outdoor showers.
Oh, I do love that.
0 primetime games. Michael Fleury, new head coach, the number 1 fantasy tight end. The pre-draft coverage was a 1-month infomercial for Jeremiah Love. 0. Do you guys know how many primetime games we have now? We can't toss the Cardinals the back end of the doubleheader on True TV. Just put them somewhere. The Rams, I don't get a half dozen. We're not everyone should get 1. There's a whole bunch of teams.
You want the Cardinals on Tubi?
Yeah, I'll take them anywhere, Peter. I'll take them in my backyard. The Titans get squat for the 2nd year in a row. The Raiders get squat with the number 1 overall pick. I know we have our darlings, but there's fans out there of the Cardinals being like, none? and we got Jeremiah Love, I won't stand for it. I don't like it. And they should have had. And by the way, if the NFL comes back to you and you have this great season, it's like, we're going to flex you in. Refuse to flex.
Kyle's right.
We're not flexing in.
Kyle's
we will
right.
stay in our 1 o'clock window.
Refuse to flex, but
no flex.
No international games.
Nothing.
No primetime games. Nothing on Netflix. Nothing on any of the streamers. Like Cardinals just.
Hey, you know what they do have?
4 o'clock
A new
Eastern.
coach, number 4 of a pick, a great player.
With that schedule, they got a front seat for Arch Manning.
Okay, hey, that could be good, right?
Next year, Dan.
Man.
Come on.
Come on, Dan.
I'm going to get kicked out of here for talking
finding
Cardinals.
optimism somehow.
Too much. A buzzer went off.
3 of the first
Rogers!
games
Electric shock.
They're on the road. Okay,
more
the
Cardinals.
only home game during that stretch against the defending champion Seahawks. So the schedule is not super ideal either way. All right, let's talk about the Falcons a little bit. Atlanta, okay? They come in with the fourth easiest schedule in the NFL. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, how about this? They did a little nod to a SportsCenter commercial. Kevin Stefanski coming in there announcing this new schedule for next season for the Falcons.